Okay, rail crew is done for the day, or done for the week. They're supposed to start working again Monday, but yeah. Down there, right there, is the end of the train that picked up the tie gang. The tie gang is done. They will not be working anymore. Now they have this one Kershaw crane still here that's loaded with ties, no, the new ties. But not sure what's going on there. They might be replacing more ties with the backhoe. They can do that. They've been known to do that. We'll walk along here. You can see the piles of stuff left over from rail replacement. Old track plates, anchors, spikes. It's starting to rain, so on this side of the the main line is the new rail. That's the rolled in China in 2018, and then the old rail that's still in place on this side, and then new rail is in place on the other side. And you can see the ballast is away from the ties, so they have to pull it away. It has to be pulled away from the ties so they can take care of the anchors and stuff. You can see there's a little bit of a drip of epoxy there, that little yellow mark. They shoot an epoxy into the ties, and then they can put a new spike in. And here's old track plates that are standing just off railroad property. And new track plates all ready for this new rail to be put in place right there in the center of the camera. On the other side, there's ballast up against the old rail that was pulled off that track. The next track over, which right at this point you can see that the dead track is higher than the main, or pretty much the same level. It's about the same level, maybe a little bit higher. So your side tracks are not necessarily lower. Now the straight track, which is on the other, which is beyond it, which is those rails right there, which the Kershaw crane is sitting on, is the straight track, which used to be used to store cars that could not be spotted at Morton yet. And back when there was a switcher, it was a switcher that switched the cars at Morton. It was stationed in Silver Springs back in the EL days and earlier, and the Conrail had a switcher here as well for a while. They most likely used that track to store cars that were to be picked up from Morton Salt, to set them off and pick them up. And it's raining harder as I walk up here. They replaced ties along the straight track, the clean out, the pocket. They might have done some on the dead track, but I don't think they did. Let's take a look at this pile of stuff. Old track plates, the anchors which hold the ties to keep them from moving along the rail, to keep them going this way, and the spikes which keep the rail to the ties. Thought I heard a train coming. You can see water in between the ties there. There's a piece of rail over there with the anchors still on it. There's some anchors on the longer piece too. There's a joint bar. They're there temporarily until they weld it. And then we have new rail on this side, or old rail on the other side, and the new rail for the other side over there. And there's a pile of old ties. You can see how bad the ties were on the straight track. Now there is another track. You can see just beyond, there's another track right there. Ties are kind of sitting on it. It used to be the maintenance away track that they would put maintenance away equipment on, and the switch was just down there between the switch to come over here and the switch to go down into Morton. They took that switch out after the derailment and they haven't put it back in, and I doubt they ever will. They don't really need that track anymore because they don't use a straight track anymore to store cars. Anyway, that's that.